Hey guys, it's Girl Got Game. Welcome back to Date Warp. This time around, we are going to do Rafael's route. The shy blonde boy that we don't know too much about because he keeps to himself quite a lot of the time. But he and Linz have a history. And that's all I really know about him. So I thought we'd start when we first meet said boy. And this is going to be weird going through again now. Not knowing what I know this time around. Okay, Bradley, I don't see a doorbell. You knock, your hands are bigger. Bradley raises one hand to rap sharply on the door, but with his other, he's still holding on to me. It feels nice, having a boy's hand in mine. Maybe this date isn't a complete disaster after all, or maybe he wants to make sure he's not left behind. I hear someone at the door. There he is. Hello? A boy, younger than me, wearing oversized clothes that look like faded rags? This certainly isn't what I expected from the owner of a mansion.
Hi, my name's Bradley Dalton, and this is Janet Baskar. My car broke down a ways up the road, and with the weather like this, you're soaked.
Can we come in, just to have somewhere out of the rain to wait while I call for help?
Well, what's going on? What are you doing here? What sort of person tries to sell things at night in the rain? We're not... Get lost.
How should Janet respond? Alright, this time, we're not going to make nice with Albin, but we're going to apologize, and I'm assuming this will put us on Rafael's good side to start. I'm sorry, we don't want to bother you. If you could just tell us where we are so I can give the address to the tow truck, we can wait by the car.
Don't be silly. You'll freeze out there. Of course you can come inside. This isn't your house. Or your master's either.
Oh. Master?
You ought to know that Nathaniel would help people in need.
Hey, there's my gauge.
Besides, these are nice people. I'm Rafael, and this is Albin. You can come in for a few minutes. But wipe your feet, okay?
We step through the door and Bradley's hand slips away from mine as he stares. I've seen decor like this at the Orpheum, but I can't imagine actually living in it.
Don't forget your shoes.
We do our best to scrape off the mud, but I can still see him eyeing the carpet nervously. I wonder if he's some sort of domestic. We could take them off and leave them outside.
No, we're not staying long. We should stay ready to go.
Then on the balcony overhead, I notice a figure. A man wrapped in a silk robe descends the stairs with the grace of a queen. This must be the owner of the mansion.
Nathaniel, these are Janet and Bradley. Their car broke down. How do you do?
Very well, thank you. You have a lovely house. We were lucky to be nearby. There's not much out there but trees.
Yes, it is a bit isolated. It's not often that anyone stops here. Don't worry, we'll be on our way soon.
He taps me on the arm.
Your phone?
Right. I dig my mobile out of my purse and turn it on. I had it switched off earlier for the movie.
What a strange-looking phone.
No, it isn't. It looks just like half the phones that come out lately. Maybe the only cell phones he's seen were designer brands studded with diamonds. It's not connecting. I can't get a signal.
The walls may be too thick to penetrate.
Should I go back outside?
You are welcome to use my phone, of course.
Thanks.
The nearest is right through here.
He gestures to a side hallway. I look at Bradley, who shrugs.
You go. My shoes are in worse shape.
I step onto the red carpet and follow Nathaniel further into the house, trying not to drip on anything. Are these all antiques?
Reproduction, mostly, although they have some age of their own. Are you a connoisseur?
Not really. I like grandfather clocks, though.
I don't. I got rid of mine. Here's the phone.
True to style, it's beautifully old-fashioned, all gold and porcelain with a rotary dial. I cautiously pick up the handset and hold it to my ear, but I can't hear anything. Do I need to do something special to make this work? I can't get a dial tone.
Let me see.
He takes the handset and taps the receiver a few times.
Nothing. The lines must be down. Is the storm that serious?
It's raining buckets out there, but the wind didn't seem that bad. Maybe it's getting worse. There are a lot of trees out there. I suppose it would be easy for something to go wrong.
Perhaps you should wait it out then. Come on. Why don't you two go dry off? You must be freezing. You should get warm and wait for the storm to let up. I'll put the kettle on. There's a bathroom through here and another up the stairs to the left. There should be towels ready.
I'll go upstairs then. Right, now we get to meet Linz. I think I'll just skip through this bit with Linz. Ah, that face. But I think this time I'll pick a different option. So I'm going to have my gauge with Rafael be the highest by the time the route diverges, I suppose. Let's see. I might have hecked up here. How do I do this? Alright, let's try this. Oh, I don't want to be flirtatious. I wanted to get to the... Sorry, my Linz heart was calling me towards the be flirtatious option. Yeah, I think I'll be angry this time so Linz doesn't get any ideas with us. Get out of here! I'm not dressed!
Well, you have to be undressed for me to take your clothes.
I can feel his eyes lingering on my skin. Furious, I fold my arms over my chest. Didn't anyone ever teach you to knock?
If you didn't want someone coming in, you should have locked the door.
I did. Didn't I? I'm sure I did. Except I've never been here before, and I don't know exactly how the locks work, and he got in somehow. You still should have knocked.
It's nothing I haven't seen before.
What, are you really a girl under there?
Not at the moment. I'm a doctor. Now give me your dress.
Still annoyed, I hand him the damp clothing. What's a doctor doing on laundry duty anyway? Oh my gosh, Liz! Stop, you keep pulling on my heartstrings.
Getting a good look.
Ah!
No, my name is Linz, but that's close enough.
He leaves, closing the door behind him. I fumble with the doorknob and, I think, get it locked properly this time. Okay, so his gauge didn't go down. He was just not as amused as before. That guy's a little bit creepy. How many people are there in this house anyway? Not long ago, it would have been unthinkable for me to be somewhere surrounded by strange men. Up through high school, I attended St. Teresa's, a small preparatory school for young women and only women. We had a brother school, St. Joseph's, and many of my classmates' brothers did go there. We had shared events with them sometimes. But their school was just as small as ours, so it almost was like we were part of one family. Everybody knew everybody. Perhaps that's why, even when I became a teenager, I could never be interested in dating. All those boys were like annoying siblings. How could anyone swoon over them? My parents raised me to expect perfection. A clever, rich, and handsome hero who could dance and sing and ride to my wedding on a white horse covered in flowers. Back then, I wasn't willing to settle for less. Not that I was getting a lot of offers. I saw the boys as annoying relatives. They saw me as a bossy little know-it-all. In grades, I was at the top of my class for all the good it did me. But in popularity, more like the opposite. And I didn't realize at the time what the consequences would be. Then I came to university, and no one had any idea who I was, and first impressions were everything. I could get away from my reputation, start over, fit in. As long as I didn't screw it up. Never show fear. Never show weakness. I wrapped the towel around myself and sat on the floor to wait for my clothes. 4 days. Once I'm dressed and dry, I venture downstairs to find Bradley and Rafael waiting for me.
How do you take your tea?
Milk, 1 sugar, thanks.
I'll be right back.
He walks off through one of the many doors. It must be like a maze out there. I don't know how I'd find anyone.
Are you alright?
Huh? I'm fine.
Some weird guy tried to walk in on me while I was changing clothes.
That happened to me too. I'm sure it's perfectly normal. The upper class have servants to dress them. They probably don't think about privacy.
There's something a little bit strange about them. Just keep your eyes open. Here's your tea. Would you like any cookies?
No thanks. I don't like having sweets late at night. I sip carefully at the drink, enjoying its warmth.
Have you lived here long? Oh, I don't live here. We're just visiting.
I wonder who he means by we.
Where from? We have an apartment in the city, but we moved here from the west. You have family out there? Yes.
So, how do you know Nathaniel?
He's very nice, isn't he?
What? That completely did not answer my question.
What about you? What do you do?
I'm a freshman at Brook College.
Is that around here?
Yes, it's a small liberal arts school down by the park.
I don't know much about colleges.
I wonder how old he is. He looks like he might still be in high school. Or a dropout. But if he is, it would be rude to ask.
Are you sure you don't want any cookies? Or something else? No, I think we're good. Right. I'll just go check on things then.
He hurries away into the house. It's getting pretty late, isn't it?
Yes. Oh!
Don't sneak up on us like that!
Sorry, I didn't mean to startle you. It is getting rather late, and the storm shows no sign of letting up. The phones are still down, and I don't expect they'll send any workers out to fix the lines before morning. If you'd like, you two could spend the night here. I have plenty of spare bedrooms. We'd like that. Thanks very much.
Huh? First he was saying that there's something strange about these people, and now he wants to sleep here. It's like he's got ulterior motives or something. I don't have a lot of choices, though. I really don't want to stand on the road alone in the dark trying to get a ride. Okay.
Right then. Would you like one bedroom or two?
Should Janet share a room with Bradley? Not this time, I'm afraid. Okay, let's make sure we do the right options this time. I think this is going to be the best way to get there. Sleep alone. I think it would be more appropriate if we had separate rooms. Oh, we got a Nathaniel's good side.
All right.
He seems relieved. I wonder why. He doesn't know Bradley and I well enough to realize that we're not a real couple. Maybe he was worried we'd get up to hanky-panky in his rooms. I guess. Bradley looks less than thrilled, though.
Well, good night, then.
Nathaniel shows me to what's obviously a spare bedroom. It's clean and well-presented, but very plain.
There are some pajamas under the duvet. They'll probably be loose on you. You know where the bathroom is, and you shouldn't need anything from the rest of the house. All right?
It's very sweet of you to take care of us like this.
It's no more than anyone ought to do. Tonight you need this room, and I don't.
Do you usually have more people in the house?
Sometimes.
He looks so sad when he talks about it. I wonder what his relation to Bianca is, because he was like right there when she woke up. You would think like Albin would be the first one by her side, but it was Nathaniel. I wonder if they were an item in the past. I want to know more about these people, but it's not really any of my business. I'm leaving in the morning, and I'll probably never see them again. We're not friends. We're just strangers. Well, good night. He leaves me alone in the room. Alone. Bradley, I know, is just down the hall. The others, Rafael, Linz, Albin, I have no idea, but I'm sure they're still in the house somewhere. They wouldn't leave this late in the weather. I don't know why they're here at all. Rafael acts like he works here, but he said he was only visiting. Linz? I suppose he could be a butler, but he didn't act like any butler I've ever seen. I should make sure the bedroom door is properly locked. And Albin? I haven't seen him since we arrived. He just disappeared. He didn't look like a servant, but he didn't look like Nathaniel either. Bradley was right. There is something slightly strange about these people. They all have secrets. Rain rattles and thumps against the window panes. Distant creaks tremble through the house. I'm not sure how well I will sleep in this place, but at least I'm not sleeping next to a guy with a gun in his jacket. What will Vanessa think when she realizes I'm not coming back to our room tonight? That maybe Bradley's found the girl he was looking for after all? I wonder if my hallmates place bets on it. Will they believe that nothing happened? Or will they be teasing me about this for the rest of the semester? All I can do is wait for the morning. 4 days, 8 hours, 52 minutes. The next morning, everyone gathers in the dining room for breakfast. I don't think Bradley slept very well. He looks tired. Linz is munching absently through a plate of sausage biscuits. I don't think I've heard him speak to anyone. He barely seems to notice we're here. Albin definitely knows we're here. He keeps glaring at everybody. I think he needs more coffee. Only Nathaniel's polished manners keep the conversation moving. More scrambled eggs, anyone? I think I've had enough, thanks. No new faces have turned up. If there's anyone else in the mansion, they're staying out of sight. They're all such different people. It's hard to imagine what would bring them all together. Everyone seems to be finishing their meals now. Rafael is gathering plates. It would be polite to offer to help, but I've never washed dishes by hand in my life. Surely rich people have dishwashers, right? Should Janet offer to help with the dishes? Well, I think it would be a good opportunity for us to get to know Rafael a little better. How did... Oh, I see. I thought... Can I do this? You know what? Forget that line of thought. Let's do this. Yes, this ought to work. Oh crap, how am I gonna do this? Can I do this? Man, that was a bit of a journey. Okay, but I got there in the end. Yes. No one else is going to offer, and I'd feel bad leaving Rafael to do it all himself. He's a guest too, after all. Here, I'll take some of those. Oh, look at that affection gauge go. Thanks. The kitchen is much less fancy looking than the rest of the house has been. I suppose it never has to go on show. I'm so busy keeping an eye on the stack of plates in my hand that I nearly trip over something on the floor. Eek! Oh, that's Jake's bowl. Jake? Nathaniel's dog. He's an Irish setter. He's very pretty. I had no idea there was a dog here this entire time. Where is this dog? I didn't hear a dog. Oh. Oh, he's not here right now. He's on vacation. Man, the dog gets to go on vacation. Lucky. Who sends a dog on vacation? Whatever. I need to get these plates out of my hands. Unfortunately, Rafael appears to be running water into the sink. Is there a dishwasher? Nope. Seeing my chagrin, he can't help giggling. I can do it, you know. I'm used to it. How about I just dry? Sure. Rubbing a cloth carefully over clean plates isn't so hard, and work moves along swiftly enough. Okay, so they still have dishwashers in this universe. And what looks like a microwave on the counter? So you normally do the dishes where you live? I like to keep myself useful. I wait, but he doesn't add anything else. Oh well. After we finish the dishes, we rejoin the others. Okay, we really didn't get to know each other that much better, but oh well. It looks like there's been some sort of argument while we were gone. Come on, let's get to that phone. Nathaniel leads us out of the dining room to the hall we were in last night. Don't take Albin too seriously. He's having a hard time right now. Why is that? Someone close to him is very ill. He turns away and picks up the phone. The line is still down. That's alright. Now that the rain has stopped, we can go outside to pick up the signal. Yes, we should get going. We return to the grand entrance. Sensing our departure, everyone comes to see us off. Goodbye, and good luck. Thanks for your hospitality. We really appreciate it. I go to open the door, though. What on earth is that? Okay. I don't think we need to see the opening again, as cool as it is. Let's get to the story. The air in the open doorway shimmers and crackles with strange light.
That looks like some sort of plasma window. Don't touch it.
Bradley grabs my arm and pulls me back away from the door.
How could this have something to do with? I don't know. Rafael, go downstairs and check that everything's all right.
Right. He rushes away. What's going on?
This had better not. What do you think you're... Be quiet!
The babble and the music fall silent.
We can't accomplish anything if everyone is talking at once. Lens, what are we looking at? I'm not certain. Fascinating, isn't it? It's clearly permeable to at least some forms of radiation, but with intermittent diffraction. Solid matter on contact might be either repulsed or incinerated. I'd prefer more data before making empirical tests. What? Rude.
He said it might burn you if you touch it.
I understood that much. I just don't understand what that thing is or how it got there. Convenient, isn't it? Giving you an excuse not to leave.
I don't want an excuse not to leave. Rafael rushes back into the room, breathing hard.
Everything is still working, but there's excess power being generated. It's bleeding over into the security systems. Look, a house this big has to have more than one door. Windows, even. So why don't we just find another way out and get out of your hair? I'm afraid that's not possible. As part of the home security system, there are wires laid around every door and window frame. If they're all supercharged, every egress could be perilous.
Does that mean we're trapped in here?
So what do we do with them?
Hey!
Can you fix it? I don't know yet. Probably. Rafael and I will debug the system. It should only take a few hours.
Can we help?
No. This is no job for amateurs. All right. Good luck.
Lens and Rafael leave, going downstairs, I suppose. I wonder what's down there. Maybe this mansion has its own electricity generator. Maybe they make their own power so that they don't have to pay the electric company, but it was struck by lightning during the storm and overloaded? Maybe Lens was installing a new power system and that's why he's here in the first place, but it doesn't work right yet? I wish they let me go and see. I hate not knowing things. It doesn't seem like anyone here has made these force fields on purpose, but it's all very strange.
Sorry about this. Lens is very good at what he does. Isn't that right, Albin? I'm sure everything will be fixed soon. In the meantime, you can relax here for a while. I do have a large library that might interest you. I'd like that.
Bradley likes books? This is news to me.
Feel free to look around, but please, stay out of the basement so that you don't disturb Lens and Rafael in their work. The library is through there. If you have need of me, I'll most likely be in the sitting room.
Albin grunts and heads for the stairs up as Bradley turns in the direction of the library. Nathaniel starts to walk away, then turns to see what I will do. What should I do? I can't go anywhere Lens is. I guess I might as well just go to where Bradley is. And then I can just skip that because we've done that before. Hey Bradley. Not that I don't love you, but we have done this bit with you already. Wait. Easy. Okay. 2 hours left of this day. Late in the afternoon, we gather at the grand entrance. Everyone appears to be in good spirits, awaiting the resolution of our situation. Lynn steps forward and licks his lips in preparation to speak.
We have been monitoring the problem for several hours now, and the output remains steady. So there's no sign of the force fields growing. This shouldn't get any worse. As there was no visible heat damage in the surrounding frames, we experimented with introducing various objects. Physical contact so far has not produced any adverse reactions. The fields appear to act like a membrane, bowing outwards when a solid object is applied with force. However, small amounts of water... But can you get rid of them? Efforts to shunt the overflow without disrupting the system integrity have lacked success.
Can't you just turn the whole thing off? Pull the plug?
No. Turning off the power is not an option.
Looking over at Bradley beside me, I notice he seems a little pale. Clammy, even. He has his arms folded around himself, hands tucked inside his jacket. Is he sick? What do you expect us to do? We have to get home. Bradley's not feeling well.
Now this is the interesting part. I believe we should be able to bypass the barrier with Faraday shields. However, we don't have enough metal on hand to build a human-sized enclosure. An active electromagnetic field generator may be able to produce the same effect. I'll need to tune them to your own bioelectric aura. Ahem. If you approach the field so that I can measure the discharge, no.
Tiny beads of sweat are breaking out on his forehead. Well, we have to do something.
This is how you do it, isn't it? Do what? This is how you kill them. What are you talking about?
I think he may have a fever.
I will not walk into your death trap.
Suddenly, he pulls a handgun from inside his jacket.
You thought I was just another one of your victims, but I know what you are.
Eek!
I've waited years for this. Now you tell me, where is she? What? Who? Don't pretend you don't know. All of you.
He sweeps the gun around, pointing at each of the men in turn. Bradley, put the gun down. And then he swings it to aim at me.
Shut up, Janet!
How dare you speak to me like that in that tone?
It's the basement, isn't it? Where you didn't want anyone to go. Well, we're all going to see it now. All of you, move!
Frightened and confused, we are herded through the mansion. A nondescript door opens to reveal a dimly lit staircase leading down to the unknown basement. We're all clustered together. Albin looks ready to spit nails. Nathaniel's eyes meet mine only with sad resignation. Linz and Rafael are in the lead, and Bradley is behind us all with the gun. The staircase descends shallowly, then turns for another descent, down and around and down. I cannot see where it ends. Suddenly, there's a flash of light. With a strangled squawk, Bradley stumbles backwards, his weapon arm swinging up wildly. Quick as a flash, Albin's fist intersects with Bradley's jaw. Nathaniel grabs my arm and pulls me aside as Linz charges back to join the fray. What about my sweet Rafael?
Come on, give me an excuse. You'd look better with 2 black eyes. Bastard. Rafael, bring me my handcuffs. Yes, sir. I'm not going anywhere. No, you're not.
You're not going to hurt him, are you?
That's up to him. Should we chain her up too?
Me? Why me? I didn't do anything.
You came here with him. You had to know what he was planning.
I still don't know what he was planning. I have no idea what's going on.
Janet hasn't caused any harm. She deserves the benefit of the doubt.
Rafael returns with a pair of handcuffs, and Linz fastens Bradley's hands behind him, with the cuff chain looped through the back of the chair. Apparently, this isn't his first time putting someone in restraints.
Why don't you just go ahead and kill me? You're the one who was waving around a gun. No one is killing anyone. Let's start at the beginning. Why were you carrying a gun? To defend myself from you. Me. Or Linz. Or who? All of you. Whichever of you is responsible for the murders. What murders? 5 years ago, a college girl disappeared from this area. 5 years before that, another girl disappeared. And before that. And before that. I never heard about any missing persons near here. Even if that's true, why would you think we had anything to do with it? Just because people went missing in this general area. Not this general area. This house. How would you know that? Because the last one was my sister.
He has a sister?
I was the last person to hear from her alive. She called me when her car broke down. She described where she was and the house she could see up ahead, and that she was planning to ask them for help. And then she was gone.
This is ridiculous. 25 years ago, most of you weren't even born.
Haha.
Bradley laughs. It's not a pleasant sound.
It gets better. This house doesn't exist.
What?
I spent months looking for this house. The police said I must have had the details wrong. They gave up, but I looked harder. That was when I found out about the 5-year pattern. So I knew I needed a girl, and I knew I had to wait. Until now. All this year I've been looking for you, and this house was not here. But now I finally found you.
That's complete nonsense. It might be true. Everyone turns to stare at me. All year, Bradley's been asking out different girls. It's always just one date, and he always drives. He never makes a move, like he's barely interested in the girls at all. We thought he was just looking for the right girl, but he could have been looking for this house. That means... Burning with furious realization, I slip off my loafer and hurl it at his head. You manipulative, scheming, lying jackass! You used me as bait!
I don't understand. Don't listen to them. They're just trying to confuse you. If it's all lies, then what are you hiding in the basement? The bodies? Please, stop this.
He shakes his head sadly.
We need some time to talk. We can't trust you on your own after you've attacked us, but we can't leave you chained to a chair forever either.
Lock them in a room, both of them.
Will she be safe with him?
Ha! Will he be safe with me?
That too. Separate rooms, then.
They lead me back to the room I slept in last night, taking Bradley somewhere else.
We'll be back. I promise.
And then they lock me in, and I am left here, alone. Pressing my ear to the door, I can faintly hear voices far away, but I can't make out anything that they're saying. This plain and simple room, so convenient before, suddenly feels like a prison. There's absolutely nothing for me to do except pace and worry. All that time last night, sitting in the restaurant, driving in his car, Bradley had a gun? I was right next to something that could easily have killed me, and I didn't even know it. He's gone crazy. No, he must have been crazy for a long time. All those girls. He could have driven each of them to a different location looking for the phantom house in his head. There's no way that this house wasn't here. But at the same time, he's right. The people in this house are clearly up to something. Lynn's especially. Why are they all here? What are they going to do with us?